You don't have to go, oh my God, these people are mad, or this person's mad, or this group is mad. Caitlin Clark changed the WNBA. It's okay. It's okay to say that.
Dan Patrick just dropped a bombshell on the WNBA debate. He's criticizing the Mystics owner for attempting to steal Caitlin Clark's thunder. Clark recently made history as Times Athlete of the Year, but not everyone's thrilled about it. Patrick's not pulling any punches here, and he's revealing a lot about what's really happening behind closed doors.
It's just not Caitlin Clark. It's Reese. We have so much talent out there that has been unrecognized, and I don't think we can just pin it on one player.
Did you hear what Dan Patrick just said about Caitlin Clark's Time Award? He's not mincing words, and he's taking aim at the Mystics owner for overshadowing Clark's achievement. Can you imagine that? Here's what unfolded. Clark made history by being named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year, an extraordinary milestone for women's basketball.
You know that Caitlin Clark is the Time Athlete of the Year. How has your 24 hours been since the articles dropped?
It's been awesome, and just the reaction. Obviously, people so excited not only about women's basketball, but about women's sports, and how excited and deserving, not only myself, but just women's sports as a whole.
Instead of acknowledging Clark's remarkable feat, Mystics owner Sheila Johnson stirred up controversy with an off-key remark by bringing race into the discussion. She redirected attention in a way that felt inappropriate and irrelevant.
Why do you think that has been the case?
Well, I want to be very diplomatic about this. It's just the structure of the way media plays out race. I'm going to be very honest.
As if that wasn't already enough, she escalated things by proposing the entire WNBA should have graced the cover instead. You have to wonder, how does a team owner come up with such an absurd stance?
I feel really bad because I've seen so many players of color that are equally as talented, and they never got the recognition that they should have. And I think right now, it is time for that to happen. So last night, we read Time Magazine, where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said, the WNBA is the League of the Year?
But Patrick wasn't having it. He clapped back, stating, "It's Person of the Year, not People of the Year." It's like the owner forgot how titles work or something.
So I don't know who this person is, but felt like if you're going to celebrate the WNBA, why not celebrate it with everybody in the WNBA or some of the bigger stars and Caitlin Clark? But if you're Times Person of the Year, it's not the People of the Year, it was a Person of the Year.
Yet, Patrick didn't stop there. He kept it honest, saying it's time to acknowledge Clark has revolutionized the WNBA. Sure, there are other phenomenal players in the league, but this moment belongs to Clark, and that deserves recognition. Honestly, he's got a valid argument.
Can't we just acknowledge Caitlin Clark changed the WNBA? That's it. It's okay. You want to throw in Angel Reese. You want to throw the memory of Cheryl Miller or...
Remember when Wayne Gretzky joined the LA Kings? It transformed the NHL. Patrick says Clark is doing something similar for the WNBA. She's not just excelling, she's redefining the league entirely. But what sets her apart from other stars?
This is a unique moment. Caitlin Clark did for the WNBA what Wayne Gretzky did for the NHL when he went to the LA Kings. It's okay. Take a victory lap.
Here's where things get intriguing. Patrick claims Clark operates on a completely different plane. She's not just a standout player, she's a trailblazer. You've got your Angel Reeses and your Juju Watkins, who are spectacular in their own ways. But Clark? She's moving the needle like no one else in WNBA history. Patrick summed it up perfectly. Clark has redefined the WNBA, and that's an undeniable triumph. Recognizing her influence doesn't take away from legends like Diana Taurasi, Tamika Catchings, or Cynthia Cooper, who paved the path. Her magnetism is drawing more spectators, filling arenas, and injecting new vitality into the league. Isn't that precisely what the sport needed?
Take a victory lap. You don't have to go, oh my God, these people are mad, or this person's mad, or this group is mad. Caitlin Clark changed the WNBA. It's okay. It's okay to say that. You're not diminishing what the founding, fathers of the WNBA did. You're not. She's the Time Person of the Year.
The truth is, not everyone is celebrating Clark's rise. Some just can't handle her brilliance. They're making excuses, throwing shade, and dismissing her impact. Why not simply give credit where it's deserved? It's like claiming Tiger Woods didn't transform the PGA, and that every golfer should have been honored collectively. It's ridiculous. True greatness deserves to be acknowledged. Period.
But every time we think there's a win, there's somebody who brings something else up. And it's unfortunate. It's like when Tiger joined the PGA Tour. Did we say, Times, man of the year? Well, you can't have Tiger on there. We have to have everybody on there. Enjoy the coverage. It's a win. Stop making excuses for Caitlin Clark's greatness. And what she did something different than anybody else in the WNBA. The history of the WNBA with the way she plays.
Let's pause and differentiate between exceptional players and genuine game changers. Is Caitlin Clark truly that remarkable? Or is this all hype? Let's dissect it. We've got incredible athletes lighting up the court, without a doubt. But Dan Patrick insists Clark is in an entirely different category. You might wonder, come on, how much better can she actually be? Apparently, a lot.
Paulie's article in GQ, there's a difference between great players and phenomenons. No one ever said Caitlin Clark wasn't, no one ever said there weren't ever great players before Caitlin Clark. There was never phenomenons, not in my lifetime, with women's basketball. And I went to UConn, so I've seen plenty of great players, but nobody's ever moved the needle in my lifetime like this.
Patrick's making a daring assertion. Clark isn't just extraordinary, she's revolutionary. What does that even entail? It's about altering the entire dynamic. Take a moment to consider Clark's playing style. Her long-range shooting? Unreal. Her playmaking ability? Unmatched. She's pulling off moves on the court that make you stop and ask, wait, can she actually do that?
Picked up now by Dee Richards as she's into the ball game. Richards on the floor. Clark, the step back three just below the logo. Drill.
22 years old, the same as her jersey, but those heels were right at the logo.
Clark pulls off that.
Here's where it gets fascinating. Clark isn't merely excelling on the court. She's elevating the entire sport. She's attracting new fans and making people care about women's basketball. When Clark plays, it's an event. From smashing the WNBA viewership record with 600,000 viewers to topping the 1999 milestone, she's redefining the game in unprecedented ways.
So if you look at this little chart right here, the Fever will have over 600,000 fans in attendance total this year. And the second best to that was in 1999 with the Washington Mystics at just over 400,000. So the Fever are going to account for over 200,000 more fans this year to their games than any other team, not only this year in 2024. You can see the Liberty are third on this list and the Liberty are third, fourth, and fifth on this list. But those are the only two teams that are in 2024. The other highest attendance records are from 1999, 1998, and 2001.
Patrick's unapologetic about stating it. No one ever said there weren't amazing players before Caitlin Clark. But there's never been a phenomenon like her. That's a bold claim. He's essentially saying Clark is doing for the WNBA what icons like Michael Jordan did for the NBA. She's reshaping the future of the sport.
Because everything I done seen thus far on the basketball court, she check all the boxes. And so she check all the boxes. And so that's just like saying Michael Jordan ain't great because he black. But he does everything great on the basketball court.
But with greatness comes controversy. Not everyone is ready to crown Clark as the queen of basketball. Some are resisting, offering excuses, and undermining her achievements. Why can't they simply admire the brilliance unfolding on the court? Dan Patrick's highlighting a contentious issue surrounding Caitlin Clark's success in the WNBA. It's no longer just about her extraordinary talent. Some are attempting to overshadow her accomplishments by emphasizing her race.
It just drives me crazy that we keep, it's black, it's white, it's the new, it's the old, She brought eyeballs.
Patrick's questioning why we can't simply focus on Clark's unparalleled skills on the court. He believes her prowess would be just as undeniable regardless of her background. But here's where it gets astonishing. Some are already making excuses for Clark's excellence. Can you believe it? Patrick's pointing out that if Clark wins MVP, there will likely be claims dismissing her exceptional talent.
I said it proudly last night. I said she's gonna put Angel Wilson on notice. Now watch. Caitlyn win the damn MVP. The W gonna cry like some babies. Oh my God. She won because she's white. Watch.
Remember how the Mystics owner suggested the entire WNBA should have been on Time's cover instead of just Clark? Well, get this. When Clark played against the Mystics, they drew their largest audience ever. So what's really going on here? Is it jealousy or mere coincidence?
The Washington Mystics, the owner that was upset, she had the biggest crowd in the history of her franchise or any franchise at 21,000 last year for a home game. Against the Fever.
You might wonder how this will impact Clark's trajectory in the league. It's a challenging question. If people persist in focusing on anything other than her skills, it could stir significant drama. But here's the reality. Clark's talent is indisputable. She's revolutionizing the game, whether people accept it or not.
Dan Patrick is a real one. And that's all I keep saying. Everybody want to make this thing a race thing. Why is that? Why is this a race thing? Why do we got race baiter content creators? Why do we got race being the narrative of this whole Caitlyn saga? Why is race a factor and we just can't acknowledge her phenomenon on the basketball court? Because I'm telling you, if Caitlin Clark was purple with blue hair, and she busted ass from half court, we still gonna have the same Caitlyn effect.
Patrick's urging everyone to drop the extraneous talk and prioritize what truly matters, Clark's gameplay. He's right, isn't he? If a player can consistently sink half-court shots and dominate the scoreboard, does anything else even matter?
This is different. We're celebrating this year. It was different. Has nothing to do with the past. It's just right now in front of us. If we celebrate Shohei Ohtani, are we doing, something to the founding fathers and Hank Aaron and Willie Mays and Pete Rose? No, it's right now. It's right in front of us. It's in the moment. Celebrate it.
But don't assume this controversy is limited to a single issue. Oh no, there's even more to unpack here. Clark's influence on the WNBA extends far beyond the court. We're witnessing monumental shifts in how the league operates, and the behind-the-scenes developments are astounding. Remember when the WNBA relied on coach flights? Well, those days appear numbered, and Caitlin Clark's making waves before she's even entered the league. The WNBA recently announced a transition to charter flights for teams. No more cramped seating or exhausting layovers. And it's not just about the flights. Clark's rising fame is driving seismic changes.
You're flying charter jets now. Now let's see how you build on this. When Juju comes in, when Paige Beckers comes in, Hidalgo comes in, you got a chance. Stop bickering with each other. Yeah.
But is this solely about one player? Not entirely. Clark is attracting audiences and media attention, yes, but this is about the league's overall evolution. She's shaking things up before she's even stepped onto a WNBA court. With more viewers tuning in, sponsors lining up, and the league garnering newfound attention, the WNBA is becoming the place to watch. Now, you might ask, what does Clark think about all of this? Here's where it gets compelling. When it comes to joining the Olympic team, she's not chasing fame. She's determined to earn her spot through merit. That's the mindset that has everyone buzzing. So what could this signify for the WNBA? Clark's success is raising expectations for everyone. Increased attention translates to higher revenues, better conditions for players, and ultimately elevated basketball. Dan Patrick envisions a stronger, more cohesive league where women's basketball garners the respect it rightfully deserves.
You can't make this stuff up anymore.
Indiana officially has Caitlin Clark fever.
The line was so long last night at the team store. I escorted somebody to the team store with their children, and I said, oh no, the line's so long. And they said, oh, we'll wait. And that was my moment of saying, this is different.
Can you imagine packed stadiums, primetime broadcasts, and WNBA athletes becoming household names? That's the vision Clark is making a reality, and it's looking incredibly promising. But the WNBA needs to be ready to seize this opportunity, because Clark's arrival is set to bring unparalleled excitement.
For the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were to continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year.
Let's conclude this. Caitlin Clark isn't just competing in basketball. She's transforming the entire sport. Can you fathom the impact she's creating? It's unlike anything we've ever seen in women's basketball.
The fans here are absolutely ecstatic. When Caitlin Clark declared for the draft a few months ago, the team knew they were getting a megastar. It's Caitlin Clark. We all know that. They are now seeing that the Clark effect is living up to the hype.
Caitlin Clark.
From a draft party where nearly 6,000 people attended.
Look at the crowd here. You can see where she ranks on anticipation. This is amazing.
Now, the WNBA faces a pivotal decision. Will they embrace this wave of momentum Clark's creating, or will they resist it? It's a tough call, but one thing is certain: change is inevitable. You know what Patrick predicts. He's confidently stating Clark will secure MVP in 2025. That's how much faith he has in her brilliance. But this isn't just about Clark. It's about propelling the entire league to new heights. Picture sold-out venues, top-tier TV slots, and players becoming cultural icons. That's the legacy Clark is building, and it's a future brimming with potential.
Caitlin Clark 2025 MVP trophy is loaded. Ajawilson better bring the best she has, because as of right now, Caitlin Clark is about to give her a run for her money. With this footage, with what I'm seeing, I'm telling you right now, Caitlin Clark is going to be the best player in the W by the end of the 2025 season.
So here's the bottom line. Let's honor Clark for the extraordinary talent she is. She's not just enhancing her own career, she's uplifting the entire sport. And isn't that exactly what we all hope to see?